just one moment. I want to know how y'all feeling. Where y'all at in the world right now? What's going on in your neck of the woods? Is everybody safe? Is everybody healthy? What's going on in your neck of the woods? Give me a second here. And I don't. Oh, there. I am live. All right. Yeah, guys. Solandia Hammond here, affectionately known as Sue Ham Baby. Just checking on you guys, see what's going on in your neck of the woods. As you can see in the back, I got CNN on. I don't watch too much news because it can be very, very depressing. I don't recommend that anybody watch too much of the news. But let me know. I want to check in with you guys, see what's going on where you are. Are you safe? Are you good to go? Have you had to shut down your business? I wanted to just touch bases on this coronavirus. I don't know. I always want to say coronora, but coronavirus. I'm no expert. Let me put the disclaimer out there. But in utilizing common sense, I just wanted to share some things. One of the things I saw on CNN today was President Trump has canceled end of the year school testing for the students. All right, Nancy, that's what's up. Nancy's coming in from Connecticut. But I saw that President Trump canceled year-end testing for the students and for teachers, which is a good thing because I think that right now people are experiencing anxiety and stress. I know I was at one point in time because I was consuming too much of the news, which is not something I typically do. But with the virus, I started to. So one of the things that I wanted to come on and share was that is some good news that end of the year testing is canceled. Second thing I wanted to share was don't consume too much media, right? You got people going live telling you the same thing over and over 6, 8, 10 times a day. How many times do you need to hear that? You don't need to hear that 6, 10, 18, 20 times a day to put you in a paranoia. Number 3 is me personally. I'm taking this thing seriously and I'm staying home. I'm staying quarantined, especially people with immunodeficiency. If your immune system is weak already and elderly and people who may have had diseases before, could have been cancer or you could have been sick or you may have lupus or whatever, you guys really should take this seriously. And the people that live around you should take it seriously because you're prone to get sick first. And my take on that is this, right? If somebody, let's just think about this. If somebody has a cold, are you trying to be around them if they got a cold? Let's just think about that now. Somebody has a cold. You're not trying to be around them. First thing I do when somebody was like, oh, yeah, I'm just getting over a cold. I'm like, oh. Or somebody says, yeah, I'm sick. I'm like, oh. So what's the... So you practice social distancing, right? You didn't even know what it was called that, but you practiced it because you didn't want to get sick. So to me, the coronavirus is no different, right? We don't know what it is. They don't have enough tests. So why not practice social distancing? And when they say stop having these gatherings, I think that we need to take it seriously. I really think we should take it seriously to stop the spread. Because here's one of the things I want to say about rural communities and also poverty-stricken communities. Something you got to think about. They're not in the position to handle a bunch of cases to come in. If you're in a rural community and you got a small hospital and you got 80 people that are now sick, do you really think that your hospital can accommodate those people? Because they have to be quarantined. It's not possible. So the way to slow this thing down from spreading is to stay home, is to utilize common sense. I'm not saying go into a state of paranoia, but I'm saying use common sense the same way you would if someone had a cold or had the flu. You'd be like, hey, I love you, but back up off me because I can't get sick. At least that's how I am. So, let's protect the elderly. Let's protect you, man. You matter. And listen, I'm a small business owner. I had a bunch of events scheduled. And now I have to cancel because of the coronavirus. So one of the things I wanted to also push is that if you are a small business owner, contact your politicians, your state politicians, and see if they can push. And I got this idea from Vanessa. I forget her last name now. But she's a writer, and she's like, yo, contact local and state politicians because they are infusing money into small businesses, corporations, and things of that nature. But what about the independent contractor? What about the person who has a studio, or the person who has a local mom and pop store, or a local restaurant who's paying taxes, uh, who are not, they're not an S corporation, but they're still paying taxes, right? How are they going to benefit? So let's push our state legislators to look out for the local people, the local contractors, the local people who are doing businesses as well, because right now they're having to shut down everything, and their livelihood, their income has stopped. So I understand promoters. I understand. I'm a promoter. I understand people who do workshops. I get that. That's where your money's coming in from. And you still want to go ahead and have these workshops. But listen, people, we got to be careful, because all I want to say is that, think about this. When things like this are happening and it's spreading, and we're in a rural or a small or an area that has extreme poverty, what happens if there's a big outbreak? Huh? What happens? Can the hospital accommodate that? Do we have enough staff on hand to accommodate that? We have to think about these things. Not trying to spread fear, because, and trust me, I believe in God, and I have extreme faith, but I also know that God gives us common sense. And that's why I use the common cold. Anytime you know that somebody has a cold or they have the flu, first thing you're trying to do is you're trying to stay away from them. So what's the difference in the coronavirus? Guys, be careful out here, man. Be careful. Right now in Williamsburg County, you see I'm wearing my shirt, Williamsburg County Pride. In Williamsburg County, there are no known reported cases, okay? Reported cases. Now, I've been seeing on the news here where senators are now testing positive. And one of the things that struck me is the senator was like, he had no idea he was around somebody that was infected. And that's the whole point I'm trying to make. It's like, if you don't know the person's infected, they don't know they're infected, but then all of a sudden you get sick or you test positive, what's going to happen? And another thing, let's think about this. The testing is limited, right? The tests, I should say, are limited, right? Limited. Do you really think if an epidemic were to break out in a small town or a high poverty income area, rural area, that the tests are going to be there for you? Enough tests will be there. Let's think about this now. The answer is no. So you have to practice common sense and stay inside. Stay away from large areas of people. So I just wanted to come on here, check in with y'all, see what y'all doing, just share my 2 cents. Y'all might not agree with it. But listen, just limit it. And with your kids being at home, enjoy your babies. I'm excited Jackson's at home. We've been doing the homeschool thing, and it hasn't been that bad. It really, really hasn't. I know when I get down to the math part, I'll be hiring a tutor. I'll be hiring his regular tutor, Gilbert Burgess. Because I know that ain't for me. No. I want to keep the little bit of hair that I have, so I won't be even thinking about trying to help him out with the math. I'm so glad everybody is chiming in. Let me know you're doing great, because I missed you guys, man. I've just been watching and just looking at some people just not taking it seriously, I guess. Awesome. Thank you, TT. Congrats on your conference. And like I said, I'm not one to promote fear. I promote faith all the time, but I also promote common sense. And I think that when we think about the common cold or the common flu, as soon as somebody says they have it, we try to get away from them. What's the difference in this virus? Use that same type of analogy, that same type of thinking, and avoid the large crowds, man. If you don't have to go in the grocery store, shoot. If you live in a big town where Amazon or Walmart can drop it off to you, do that. About 2 weeks ago, I had to go get groceries, and I did the pickup. I sat in the car and they put it in the car, because I know for me at this point in time, I can't be around a whole bunch of people that may be exposed, that may be sick, because I'm trying to live a long, healthy, funky, good life, because there's a lot more that I want to contribute to the world, and especially to my community. So it's very, very, very important, guys. I'm urging you to take this serious. Whether if you're a conspiracy theorist or not, if you think the government created this and put it out there, it doesn't matter. It's here. It's here now. That's the thing. It's here. So what are we going to do to make sure that it doesn't spread? Because again, if this thing spreads and you're in a rural area, and even if you're not in a rural area, look at the state of New York. Right now, they're in a crisis because they don't know how they're going to accommodate all of the new cases that have happened. And that's New York. That's New York. Think about a small town, a rural town, a town that has no money. How would they be able to handle something like that? And that's what we got to think about. Yes, we definitely got to use common sense. TT says exactly. Our supervisor of Winsburg County, Supervisor Dr. Tiffany Wright, says, please take this situation seriously. Practice social distancing. Can't stress that enough. It is so important that we do this. Guys, take care of yourselves. Think about the elderly people. Use FaceTime if you got a mother, a father, a grandmother, or somebody that's elderly, and you want to see them and you haven't seen them in a while. Do FaceTime. They don't have an iPhone. Man, there's so many different apps that you can use to talk to people in video chat. You can even use Facebook to video chat. And this is the time to encourage the elderly to get on Facebook, to stay connected. All right. So go and encourage grandma, great grandma, great uncle, great auntie, all of those family members who may not be on Facebook. Encourage them to get on Facebook, and you can talk to them through Messenger, and you can video chat through Messenger, okay? Plus, they now have an opportunity to be able to keep up with other family members, okay? So I highly encourage you to encourage those family members who are not on social media to get on social media so that we can connect with them and stay in contact and check on them without you having to go over there and jeopardize their health. That's just my 2 cents. I put the disclaimer out earlier. I'm not an expert in this field, but I tend to like to use common sense on these type of things. And guys, those of you, I don't understand the tissue epidemic. I really don't. Maybe somebody could chime in and let me know why we need to buy all the tissues off the shelves. The trucks are still running. The trucks are still running, which means the trucks are still supplying the stores with supplies. So if you don't need to buy a whole bunch of tissue at once, then why do it? You know, people are buying a bunch of milk. Okay, that is not a non-perishable item. This is the time to buy non-perishable items. But again, guys, the trucks are still running, which means they're still restocking the stores. Okay, King Divine here on, if you guys don't know him, follow King Divine. He's real big in farming. He posted something a couple days ago about when you buy vegetables and fruits, how to keep your vegetables and fruits, how to prolong the life of them. And one of the things I saw was you could actually dig a hole in the ground, put a trash can in the ground, and put your vegetables in that trash can and bury it underneath the ground. And what's happening is the temperature of the earth and the darkness of the earth is helping to preserve your vegetables and your fruits. So guys, these are the things that we need to be researching. YouTube is free, guys. This is the time for you to go on YouTube to see how to prolong your vegetables and your fruits. As one of my old teachers used to say, your vegetables. All right. To see how you can prolong the life of your vegetables and your fruit. Also, people thinking about starting businesses, this is the time right now for you to take this quiet time and do this research. Find out how to copyright your ideas, how to copyright your script, how to copyright your song. This is the time for you to go to uspto.gov and find out how to trademark your business name, how to trademark whatever it is you have, how to patent that idea that you have. This is the time for you to get yourself together mentally and start building up your mentality so that you can be strong, so that you can be confident, so that when these opportunities come about, you can be ready for it. Listen to me clearly. There's going to be a bunch of opportunities after this. I already know it. It's going to be a bunch of opportunities. Are you going to be in a position to be ready for it? The thing is, you should stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Tiffany Wright, our supervisor, says, shout out to our line of defense, hospital workers, public safety, and our truck drivers, businesses and industries working on PPE. Yes, shout out to all y'all. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate the educators. And I think a lot of parents are appreciating the educators at this point in time, okay? But we should all be appreciating all these public service workers that are out there working. They have to go to work. So why should we make their jobs more difficult by doing things that we have already been asked not to do? And here's the thing. If we don't obey, we probably will head down the direction of being shut down and made to obey. I don't know about you, but I don't want a tank or a police car at the end of my road telling me I got to stay in the house, that I can only go get groceries on a certain day. Not saying that that will happen, but it's a possibility if we don't obey what they're asking us to do with practicing social distancing, with limiting people to 10 or less, which I don't even really think you need to be 10 or less. I think I know that works in the grocery store. Go get your groceries, get out. But if it's a social function, why are you having social functions? That's just my opinion. There's no need for that. Stay at the house. Stay at the house with the people that live in the house with you and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Because here's the thing. People say, oh, I'm not infected. But who have you been around that is infected, that doesn't know that they're infected, and now you could possibly be infected, right? You see what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to prevent. In order to slow down this virus, that's what they're trying to prevent. Not just trying to provoke fear, but trying to provoke people just using common sense and being cautious and cleanliness. People shouldn't have to tell us to wash our hands. They shouldn't have to say, wash your hands. Nobody should have to be on TV telling you to wash your hands. But it's happening. It's happening. So it's almost like going to McDonald's when it says, careful, coffee's hot. Why should somebody have to tell you that coffee is hot? And this was long before there was cold coffee, okay? I'm talking back in the day when I was younger. Long before it was cold coffee, they had signs up saying, careful, the coffee's hot. We shouldn't have to, guys, we got common sense. Yes, it's best to be proactive versus reactive. Absolutely. Reacting means we're behind the curve. Absolutely. And that's what's happening in America. We are behind the curve. We should have been proactive when we seen all of this stuff happening in China. But I'm not trying to put any politics in there. I'm just simply doing a broadcast to check in on you guys and see how you're doing and what you're doing and how you're doing it. But yeah, you got to be proactive, man. Hey, Denise, love you, girl. You know I love you so much. You're always so supportive, so supportive. So where are you guys watching from? I hope you guys are taking care of yourself, eating healthy. Research how to preserve your fruits and vegetables on YouTube. I'm sure King Divine would be more than willing to probably help you. There may be a little fee to it. I don't know. Use this time to brush up on your knowledge about your expertise and your craft. Use this time to find out how you can bring that dream to fruition. Use this time to save your money, not to be a little frugal. Do not be crazy with your money because you don't know how things are going to be in the next 2 weeks. They're telling us 2 weeks, but you don't know. It could be a month from now. Kids could be out of school for a month to the next 2 months. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying it's a possibility. So you got to be in a position to be able to feed your kids. Thank God the schools are still delivering lunches to the children. That was a big concern for me. I was really a little bothered and hurt. And I was like, oh my God, kids are not going to school. That's the only way some kids get to eat. Now my mind shift is like, oh man, what about those kids who go to school to escape abuse? So all I can do is, if I know about it, report it. I don't know about any. But the other thing I can do is just pray about it. But I will say this. If you guys know kids that are being abused, man, do something about it, man. Talk to them kids. And you ain't got to go over to the house, because I know I said practice social distancing. But you know if something's going down, it shouldn't be going down. We got to take care of our babies, man. Awesome sauce. We got Savannah, Georgia in the house. Oh, you love me back. I love you, girl. I love you. I love you. Love you. Love you. Yes, Dr. Wright, I'm so impressed with our school plan. And they've got robocalls going out like crazy. When it comes to Jackson School, when it comes to the district here in Williamsburg County Pride, they're keeping us in the know from our supervisor, from our sheriff, fire department, just the whole Williamsburg County government. They're keeping us in the know. They're holding live press conferences. They're communicating via social media. They're sending out robocalls and telling us, the kids' lunches went out today. The kids' schoolwork went out today. And I'm thankful for that. And that's another reason why I'm encouraging everybody to tell your great grandma, your uncle, your daddy, your grandparents to get on social media. If you don't have a reason to go to their house, like get them some medicine or something like that, there's no need for you to go there. Get them on social media. You can do video chat that way. Plus, with them getting on social media, they may not be as bored at home. They might, because they'll be able to keep in contact with family members. Tell them, don't look at all the news stuff. Go ahead and give them the lecture and let them know, listen, grandma, listen, auntie, everything you see on social media is not true. We still got to get this lesson to the young people, because if people swear if it's on social media, it's accurate. That's another thing, guys. Stop spreading rumors. Check the accuracy of the information that you are sharing, because when you're sharing rumors or you're sharing inaccurate reports, you cause paranoia, man. You cause freaking paranoia. So check the accuracy of the information that you guys going up there. What's up? Great seeing you again, Martha. Awesome sauce. So, and yes, some grocery stores are experiencing shortages, but trucks are still on the road, which means that they are going to replenish those stores. If not those stores, then stores around you. So I would get afraid if the trucks stop moving, because then that means that no stocks, no supplies are being put back into those stores. But even when like all the tissue was gone from Walmart here in Lake City, South Carolina, the next day, because I order my food online most times, the next day I got online, boom, the tissue was back in stock. So you just got to keep checking and whatnot. I think I've been on here 21 minutes. I had no intentions of being on here this long. Anybody got questions for me? Like I said, we covered quite a few things. I hope you will share the video. I hope that you will stay in prayer. But remember, it takes more than faith. It takes work to keep yourself healthy. Just because you may not be able to go to the gyms right now, because again, remember the virus stays on metal stuff a little longer. So you might want to be cautious of where you're going. But you can work out at home. You can hire a personal trainer that can train you through the computer, can train you through Facebook to work out at home. Or you can pop in a DVD or a CD if y'all still got those DVD. Or you can just throw on some music and shake it on down to the ground now. Here's the thing. We have to eliminate our excuses and really become very creative during these times. And I think that it's because of these times that's when great things begin to emerge. Usually in the tragedy, or usually in the darkness, is when the light stands out so bright. Usually in the tragedy is when creative things are born. We give birth to them. So instead of looking at this thing with being all negative and thinking, oh my God, it's a conspiracy theory, listen to me clearly, guys. Listen to me clearly. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself and use this opportunity to go forward in life and be a better you by getting your spiritual together, putting a budget together, spending time with your children. Come on, somebody. I'm excited to be with my son. Spending time with your family that's in the house with you. And just getting yourself together, because I think that sometimes we're so hustled and bustled with so much going on. We're so distracted, right? That we don't have time to take care of ourselves or have time to spend time with our families that live in our house. You can live with somebody but not even see them. You can live with somebody but not even know them. You can live with somebody but just not be there for them. Well, now is that time for you to be there for that person. Now is that time for you to birth that new idea. Now is that time for you to be a better you, to work on you. So I hope this has been very beneficial to you guys. I'll be popping on back and forth. But just remember, President Trump has suspended school testing, end of the year school testing for kids. And so that should alleviate some of the stress that children and teachers and administrators might have been feeling. That is a great thing. I'm excited about that. Use this time, Tawanda, to bond and to grow. My name is Solandia Hammond, guys. Y'all already know where I live, right? Williamsburg County, baby. But I love all of y'all all around the world, because everybody that tunes in is from all around the world. Remember to stay safe, exercise common sense, have faith, but also use common sense and do what you need to do to protect your family. There's some people that take this thing serious and some people that don't, and people are criticizing each other on both sides, But at the end of the day, listen to what the officials are telling you. All right, I love y'all. Have a great day.